History remembers the facts, but what about the phantoms that refuse to be forgotten? Welcome back to The Common Historian, where history meets the supernatural. I'm Jeremy, the Common Historian, and today my guest is author Antonio Alves. His book, Gods and Civilization from the Stars, takes a deep look at legends, myths, and sacred texts from around the world and asks a bold question. What if the gods weren't gods at all? Sit back, grab your favorite beverage, dim the lights, and prepare to journey into the world where history refuses to stay buried. Welcome to the Common Historian. How are you tonight?
I am. Thank you. How are you?
Oh, doing well. Excited to kind of dig in and learn a little bit more about everything. So from what I remember, you you've been fascinated with UFOs since you were 11. You
Yeah,
take us back to the moment where you saw it and how it changed you.
yeah. They go back 1977, 1978. I was about 12, 13 years old when I saw the first time a light. In that time, I live in the small village, like less than 1,000 people living there still. And my parents, they have a farm. And I talk with another friend, the name Alexander, and we go to the dinner. And after the dinner, we met again and go to the club. It's 12 years old, a kid. Well, I eat first, and I just walk to his house, and they have no lights. It's in the middle of trees, and it's all dark. And suddenly, I look at the top of there must be 4 or 5 olive trees. There was a big, big white light. And I just look at them, no sounds, nothing. And the funny is, you can look through that light and nothing happened with your eyes. And it's real bright, bright light. You know, after a few seconds, I think I must talk with him, call him, and for he comes see the light too. Although it's not far away, his house, and I go in his house, but he was not there anymore. And I go to the club, and I saw him, and I go back. We run with kids, you run all the time. And when we been at that place where I saw the bright light, white, there was not anymore a bright light. It's orange. And there was not stop, but they move real slow, no noise. And we stay look at that light until gone. And after that, we it's funny because in that time, I want the people know that because that time we have just one channel on TV. It's 5 hours, 6 hours a day, etc. Because we have a revolution 1974 when the war stopped in Portugal, and that channel is a government channel. We don't. We even does know the word in Portuguese UFO. You can imagine what we knows about that. You know what they come after. It's what they things happen with me. The first I have that really know about. I was reading the Bible, ancient text, and I must take some parts from that. They looks like a UFO stuff like that kind area, and this is start right away. In the next night, I saw the light, and as I have dreams, strange dreams, and there was not a really we can say special dream, but that sometimes I have a dreams and talk with my friends. I said, I have this dream, and after a couple of days, that thing happened. It was not big deal. It's just like it's all the most of the party soccer teams or something like that happened after I have the dream, and this thing happened right what I told it. It said it'll be happen like that, you know. And they start one the thing that scared me more in all this area UFOs is that they're called paralyzed. I was in the bed and I was not sleeping, and something I feel come by my foot, well, both the feet and all they take all my body. I can move, I can't make any sounds, and that thing stay for a while, And when they go out, they go out by the feet too. And this time I just run to the bedroom to my parent, and that was come so normal. Sorry, my mother make another bed next to them because that thing is so normal already. Already, I don't say maybe one, two, three times a month, but they happen, you know. And this is what more of that. And I know they change. And you know what? One of the things change is the mind, because I come with that thing is the time. Looks like forever that like that. They explain me the time. We have just one time. We have not future, we have not past, we are just present. And this is 1977, 78. One country have no, almost no TV. And I start thinking about the way how the gods is. There's from another civilization. There's not not real gods, what they call, you know. A lot of change, you know, a lot of change in my life after that night.
And was that after that night was I know you talked about after you had some additional encounters, but did you see like did you have any other when you as you grew older or
This thing, this UFO stuff, this all my life. Matter of fact, last month I have another, like, because what I have a lot, it's like a call. I'm in a home, and something I start feeling I must move, must go someplace without a reason. I'm just go. You know, first time I go with the pages of the future book. Now I go with the book, and I just doesn't matter. It's 11 p.m., 10 p.m., 5 p.m. Doesn't matter. I must, and go over there in that place, and I stay for a while. Nothing happened. I think it's nothing happened. I don't believe there must be happened something, and I don't know. And how you feeling, you must go. It's the same feeling. You must get out that place real fast. This is, you know, it's like, okay, it's time. Just go. Just go. Don't look at back. Just go. But I'm not gonna run. I just walk, and that's it. And that is the feeling, you know. And the funny is, it's place like, you know what is monolithos, cromlechs, the cromlechs like Stone Age. We have a lot in
yeah,
that area. We have a real a lot in that area. Not so big like Stone Age, but we have a lot. And that is the place I'm walking. And he, you know, it's sometimes I just passed or walking or right that one place, but this is not that one. I must go for another one a little far away. You understand? It's the specific place I must stay over, over there, you know. That takes
yeah,
sometimes it's half hour, 35 minutes, 25. I even doesn't watch, look the watch.
yeah.
And
Uh oh, continue.
yeah, okay. And 1979, you know, this is 1979, 1980, because all my life there was like, was it's like that things happen. Uh, Because it's a small village, and when we do the 6 degree, we must move fast. We go studying to city, where's the college. And this 22 kilometers, is the name is Estremoz, that village where I live, called Vimeiro. This is in Portugal. And we have a bus in the morning, but in the afternoon, we must take the normal time bus. What is, if you go out 12:30 p.m., we have just the bus 6:30 p.m. You must wait all that. The size, it's, we go, we talk 79, 80, nothing happened. It's not too dangerous. We go take a ride, and there's a road. This still Lisbon to Spain. It's the same road. It's a real big road. They call N4. And we ask right, but we go normal. We go two person. For don't go just one guy to right. You know, like a kid. We have like 5 cars, because if I get right, I go next to the driver. You know, kids and stuff,
Yeah,
like important thing. And one day I was with a friend of mine, and I asked for a ride, and they come a real nice, you know, a red the time, a black car. He just stopped. You remember we were surprised because the window go down by himself. You know, it's all, we talk about 79, 80s when this happened. And I looked down, and they have a man. around 75 years old, something like that. And we go ask if he give a ride. They say, come inside, come inside. And I was sit down next to the driver, and my friend sit down in the back seat. When he start drive, they make me a strange question. He asked me, what do you think about triangle, Bermuda Triangle? I looked at the guy like, what this come from? You can imagine the middle of nowhere, the guy that this even doesn't say like normal, how the school going, something like, no, he just asked me like that. What do I think about Bermuda Triangle? But they don't let me, he doesn't let me finish the answer. He start talking about UFOs, pyramids, alien, even talk about DNA. I even doesn't know what DNA is. He talk about hybrids. I don't know what the hybrid is. I'm a kid,
Yeah.
and he be talk about Fatima, that lady of Fatima in Portugal is real famous.
Yeah.
And I just listening. Well, when we be next the village, normal, they just drop us on the road and we walking. But the guy doesn't did that one. He just go through the village. Even we don't even say where we live. The guy stop in the front house of my friend, drop him, and go stop in the front, right the place where we sold the light, me and my friend. The orange light is trapped in the front the gate of the farm. And he told me for read the three books. And I forget, I just remember one is the UFOs in Fatima. And okay, and the guy just leaving. After a while, I was with another friend of mine, asked for the ride, and there come the black car again. And but I didn't forget about that. And I just asked the ride. And when the window opened again, for us it's real nice. They open by himself, it's all real electronic stuff. And when I look inside the car, I know it's the same guy. But this time, they have another guy in the back seat of the driver. And the guy is behind, it's a young guy. So must be around 25. I don't see the guy too much. My friend told me in the next morning. Well, the thing is, when I sit down in the car, the guy start drive. He asked me if I read the book. I said, at that time, we have a mobile library. They go one day, we have no library. And
Yeah.
I give an excuse. I have no time. I be studying too much. And that kind of excuse doesn't believe too
It's
much. And the guy start talking again. Aliens, pyramids, ancient alien. The guy start talking again about all that. When you go next to the house, he drop another friend. No, this is another one. It's not the same friend. He
oof.
knows again where the guy is living. He dropped the guy at the door, and the guy dropped me in the front the gate of the farm. And he turned to me and say, "Okay, one day we see again." I don't know if I saw him in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning. I take the bus, go back to the school. My friend came to me real quick and said, "I'm pissed off with the guys in the back." I go inside. I say hello. He even does look at me. I'm sit down. That guy stay looking to the front all the time. We talk about here 22 kilometers. You know, I don't know how many miles it. And it's it's strange. It's you have a real nice sunglasses. The cut the air. It's like in the army. We talk about the 80s. The time the 80s is real different than that.
Yeah.
And he has around 25, 24 years. Well, we are young, we don't know, but he's a young guy. And you have it's a you have a black the dress like all black, the pants, everything. And he said, one the thing is, I look his face, he looks like wax. The West, real. He said it looks like a dead body. It's real white.
Yeah.
And he said sometimes I look at him because I don't know it's a person, it's a toy, because the guy doesn't even move 1 centimeter. He keep just sit down, and when I get come out, I say bye bye. He doesn't look at me, nothing. He just keep looking. And this happened 79, 80. It must be when this happened.
Interesting. So, which? Do you think that they were an alien, or do you think it was a man in black?
The funny is, I never talked too much about that. Just 2010, 2010, I I met the president of APO, it's a Association Portuguese UFO, you know. And that guy, they come tell me, this is Men in Black. I said, I don't know, it's a Men in Black. I real, even I was in UFO area when I was here in 87 in the United States. I was living in Connecticut, 1987 till 1998. And I said, I don't know how. And one day I go in the talk show and I try to tell it to the host just that light, because Portugal is different than here. You have a lot of people doesn't believe in, it's more religion stuff, you know. And I want to say that about that close encounter I have with the bright light. And the guy was in the studio say, look, tell him about the Man in Black. I said, oh no, let's go start again with the Man in Black. But that thing happened. And it's two different friends of mine. That arrived with me with that car, and that was real strange. And the more strange is a lot of things they said for the just 22 kilometers. There was not enough time for all the things that he told me. And the thing is, the second time they go start all over again. Like say, okay, if you don't forget what I tell you, it's like that. But that was real strange, that thing.
Yeah, that sounds quite strange. So I think, you've been skeptical of history that was been taught in school. What did mainstream history get wrong in your view?
Almost everything. Well, how they were building the pyramids. And I don't believe there was not Egypt. What I believe it, even does Egypt doesn't live that time. I believe the pyramids, they must be around 100,000 years at least. You know, Although the discovery the scientists did now, they must be real older. And for what I studying about something I take from the ancient text and the religion, what that people saw, there was now in the modern UFO. Now we would call UFO. That time they call what gods forever. They call, because they have so many different ways. Even in the Bible, they call for God. They can call for God like cloud, like fire. You know, I know that in the religion, the God can be everything, but I don't think so. It's what and how the angels do things to the human beings that don't looks like it's really God. So I believe they have something in the top, but there was not that kind gods. It's in the ancient text. This is
Yeah,
a civilization down than that God. Like now that theory, the simulation theory. What I really believe that. You know.
yeah. Well, I've always thought that, capabilities that the Egyptians had back then, there's no way they could have built the pyramids.
I was there. I was in Egypt, and
Were you?
yeah, and that's it. If you go over there, it's totally impossible. There must be, that stone. But matter of fact, I was in Egypt. I was in the pyramids when the 9/11 happened. And I was there in Egypt that time, and how they work with the stones. It's totally impossible. I'm not engineer, but
Yeah,
if you look that, it's thousand tunnel of the stone. They can move that from where they will move that
yeah, I don't, I
it's,
do question that. And the same with some of the South American pyramids as well.
yeah, yes,
It's same thing. They're very, a lot of them are very, they're different but similar. So, I've
you know
always thought
it's
that
not
there's,
it's not just how they building, but it's the information they has about the astronomy, math, all that, where they got all that. But I don't believe you have a super power civilization and they forget everything one day for another day, and they come returning on the April man, and that doesn't make any sense in this.
yeah, yeah. But that's always, yeah, that kind of art has always fascinated.
You asked me about the another close encounter, and I can tell about the 1980. 1980. It must be 1980. In June 1980, I was with my father, watch TV. It's in the farm, and my father in that time had, I think, 5, 6 dogs, big dogs, because we have cows, we have the dogs for working. And all the dogs start make noise, and the neighbor's dog, because it's a small village, everybody have a dog, make all kind noise. And I come out. I just tell my father, okay, I just go see what's happened. And I just come out from home. When I stand and out from the house, everything come quiet. I call my dogs, even the neighbor's dog. There was a silence all around. You can listen any cows, any or the time. It looks like the time stopped. I call
Yeah,
that dogs. As we talk about big dogs, they don't come to me. They hide for something. When I look up, I saw a big cylinder, orange cylinder, and they go real slow. And I call my father to come see that. We go look at that for about a couple minutes. That thing is go real slow. It's look like a pencil, they go real slow. My father says, I'm go back. I go see, I go watch TV. I said, okay, I'm go with you. After a couple seconds or minutes, I don't remember, all the life comes back again. And I step out and I look at the sky and call the dogs. Everything come normal. The dogs coming, you know. And I don't know what was. I never listened about anything that they call mothership or something like that. But there was real big, no sound. And the strange things, it's how the animals reaction about that thing, because after that thing left, all the lives come normal, we don't just the dogs, everything, you know,
everything.
there was amazing, and
Yeah, yeah, it sounds like it. I know you've wrote a book that the title I think is Gods or Civilization from the Stars, and it presents a kind of a choice, gods or civilization. Why is that distinction important to you?
because in order to try to tell in the name, it's the gods. They can be for different civilization, they can be from different parts of the universe, even for different dimensions too. They say, why don't write God or civilization from the start, because they must be come for different places. In the book, we can you can reading is the gods, even that people, the ancient people, tell the gods come from Orient constellations, Pleiades constellation. They don't say the same part of the universe the gods come. And the thing is, they said we come. The gods said we come from that star. You know, that's why I write gods or civilization from the start, because it looks like they come. We have a different race of, we call, I don't like call aliens, but different beings, from different,
Beings, yeah.
you know. And for all I'm studying, and all I learn, they are here for all the time. They make demand, and all this is all in the book. Matter of fact, I want to just tell you, if anybody want to read the book or just want the book, just go in my Instagram, and you have a free ebook. I don't want money from anything from the book. It is free for.
Okay. Yes, make sure I'll be putting your all your information in the description
Because what
below.
the thing is, they give me that knowledge. That was not me. They can be with 12 years old, 30 years old. I know so many things. Special one of the things when I saw the light come in my mind is the time. We have not past, we have not future, we have just present. We have multi-dimension universe. This is why I learned from them. And this is 1977, something like that. And now, when I say now, it's a little back up. Now the scientists, they talk about that. Everybody talked about we can live in different dimensions, what surprised me, our kid like me, at 6 degree, I know that, there must be somebody told me that. I learned from somebody, I
Yeah,
reading, because the most of the, even the, I have two experience with missing time. If that, I just learned the word missing time when I was in UFO, 19, 1991, 1992, when they joined the MUFO. This was for the first time in the meeting. I listened to somebody talk about missing time. I said, well, I think I have something about that too, you know. And they happen. And if you want, I tell you this too. There was in the March 14, 1986. I was I was 20 years old. That then, because I come to United States with 21, almost 22, when I come to United States. And the first time, when I go back to Portugal and come back again now 3 years ago. And I was with another friend with a bicycle, you know. And one of our friends said, "Okay, let's go dinner." It's the same story. It's a small village. Let's go dinner, and we go met in the club after dinner. And we are real close to the gate of the farm of my father. And we look at the watch, it's almost 7 p.m. I said, okay, and we just leaving. When I go almost entrance to the gate, I look at the sky, they have a strange light, look like a star, but it's not real a star. And I think for myself, I never saw a star like that because I'd be walking at night when something called me, go over there. I know the sky already. Not everything, but
Yeah.
some constellation, Venus and all that. What I did, I go around the farm with the bike, and when I stop in the road, they go another village, a small village too. And that area, they have a lot of chromlechs, you know, like a Stone Age. They have a lot of stuff there. And I was stop and look at the light. The light is in my left side. They just appear in the right side. When I go for stop, drive the bike again, appear again from the right. They go to appears in the left side. That thing did 4 times, and I say after 4 times, just disappear, and that's it. And I look at the watch. There was 7:45. I says, and I looked. I don't know nothing about missing time. And I said 7:45. I have 20 years old. It's not now. I'm going the gauge of the farm and do all again. They take me less than 5 minutes for be there, you know. And in my mind, I say, where's the another times? The 35, at least 35 minutes, missing 35 minutes, you know. And this is, I just start learning about, like I said, about missing time, just real about almost 5, 6 years after I saw that, you know. After that, let me see just the date, but I'm confirming the date. 2018. I have a daughter with 19 years old. It's in Portugal. I'm a divorced. She lived with her mother, and I just go in that, and that time I live in the capital of the state, the name Évora, and Vimir is 29 kilometers from that city. I want to just explain for you understand. For take that, I must go through the small village. For go through from that village for the city, I go in the middle or drive in the middle of the village. For well, you know, it was Sunday, and then we go dinner at my parents, and we play a little cards with my sister, and then go be. My sister said, "Okay, I must leave, and tomorrow I must work, and blah blah that kind of stuff." And okay, and I take my daughter and I drive to that city. When I go drive in that road, I look at the watch of the car. There's 11 p.m. And my daughter look at the cell phone. This is two people. It's not just one. It's two. Look at the cell phone and say, "Oh yeah, it's 11 p.m. This is the last thing we're talking." The next time it's 11:12, but we are about a mile from the city. And you have a stop sign, and we stop. I stop the car, and I look at I come. I say, how come I just see the lights from the city next to the city, and I usually see in the middle because the city is to the hill, we can't see far away the city. And my daughter said, "Will we be talking about all this?" And I look at the clock. How come I can make 12 minutes? It's totally impossible. You make 12 minutes because you must go inside the village. You must go real slow. It's a small village, but we go slow. You have another thing. We have a wild parks over there, and they have a lot of accidents over there because of wild park. We must go slow. And my daughter said, "What will we be talking about?" And then she asked me, usually we stop in the hill for a while, for a talk, watch the sky. And they said, "Well, Dad, when we don't stop in that hill, it's normal we did." And I said, and I turned to her, I said, "I even doesn't remember past the village." And she said, "Me too, you know." And there was a real strange, and the strange is there was totally impossible. You make that 29 kilometers in 12 minutes, and why you don't remember anything? Both, two persons doesn't remember anything. There was one after that when I drive a long time. She turned to me. I hope we have that same happened because there was real fast, it was because I'm a slow driver, and this happened 2018, and this is the two missing. Even I'm sure I have that missing times because we looked at the watch and there was not the right time, you know.
Oh, so now I know your book is out, but how has the paranormal and UFO communities received your work so far?
Oh, there was real okay. It was real good. Even in Portugal, I was, I think, 4 times doing the talk shows on TV,
Yeah,
and when the book came, I never did a podcast. I stopped the podcast here in the United States. It's not a normal thing over there and do podcasts.
yeah,
More you go on TV talking, but it's hard, because, when we go talk on talk shows, we look at the people and we think, God, this guy lie, and sometimes now with the book, this guy came here for sell book something. There was It's not nothing that the book is free. It's different. The religion is real strong over there, and it's hard. And the government, I want to tell you just one thing strange. You remember the New Jersey, the drones in New Jersey?
yeah.
6 months somebody knows in Portugal about that. After 6 months, you can see how they control the mediums over there. You know,
Oh,
it's real, real, real strange. Real strange. I never have a problem. Somebody tell me to shut up, don't talk about that. No, never. I never. Nothing this happened. Because it's not either, because you go talking talk shows and you make like a call, but it's everybody go, it's like a circus. Everybody laugh, and smile and make,
yeah.
and it's not either the government say anything, And
Oh, yeah. And the podcasts are getting pretty normal in the US, and YouTube actually is becoming TV as well now because a lot of people are watching it on TV,
yeah,
on TVs and everything. So it's becoming another option to the standard channels.
and now with the American government, and then they start open the files, if sometimes the people just believe or not, it doesn't matter. But they open the mind of the people, and it's hard. And like now, when I talk about, still, I was in Portugal in February, and if you talk something about UFOs, I feel the people look at us like, what? Well, this guy doesn't matter that. I don't care about that. We have another problem than talk about UFOs or something like that.
Yeah.
It's real hard, but
Oh, yeah.
that's
Oh, continue.
excuse me.
Oh, I said you can continue.
Yeah, well, I did, Dr. Gil, you don't know, that there's someone, she make the figurations, that make you sleep and you go back to the time,
Oh, yeah.
and she worked with the John Mack, John Mack, and then somebody killed him, but she worked with him a long time ago, and I did one time. I asked her because I'm a friend if you can do, but because all the time I want knows what will happen that missing time if they take me or not. And before that president of the APO, he called me. He said, Antonio, to next Saturday, because they have a meeting every single last Saturday at the month, that organization. And you want to come because it's the famous Dr. Gilda Moura, and the subject is about adoptees. If you want to come listening, maybe you want to talk with her. And that's okay. And this happened 2008. And this is the first time I saw Dr. Gilda Moura. And, when we call in the mind unlock, we have something happen. They happen a couple of times with me. And it's like unlock the memory and you start remember things, you know, just because she must tell something, and my brain they just unlock, and I start remember one thing, and from that day I never forget this. And I don't know if it happened, real happen, but it's funny. I never. They have that thing in my mind. Like I remember this thing real happened, and there was like that. They have never this thing, this meeting this Saturday night, and it's from 7 o'clock p.m. until 12:30, depend with the host and
Yeah.
the talking, and and then like at 10:30 we have a break. And that moment when I go out from the room, she said something I don't remember, but she said something and unlocked my brain, and I start that moment I start remember one thing. What I saw, it's not just remember, it's something like in my mind. It's I was walking inside. There looks like a ship, and behind me, behind me, I don't see with my eyes, but I feel they have that grace tall. I'm listening something. I'm listening something in the back. Oh, okay. When I walk, I don't, like I said, I don't see them, but I feel in they have that great tall ones walking with me. And I'll be walking in my right side. They have a room, empty room, with a big window. We can't see anything from the window. It's all black. And just I keep this happen one, two, three rooms, the four rooms, the number four. When I look, they have a child. What is a strange? The child is you have a dress, a rope, and no shoes, and all they stand up, and except two kids, they play with the tubes on the floor. The floor looks like gray, the floor, and this is real strange. This is I can tell if it's real happen because this is what they unlock in my brain in that night,
Yeah.
and they have all kind different race of kids over there. And I remember I look a Native American, girl. And I look at her and she look at me. And okay, after that, I start walking and at the unlock, it stopped. I don't remember anything more. But it's all white road, and all the kids with different age, they look at me real strange. And when I drive to home after it's over, the meeting, I come in my mind is when I look at the girl, there must be around 12 years old, I look eyes to eyes. If this thing happened, I must be what a kid too, because we look like, they must be the same age, something like that. But this is one thing unlike that I can tell if this thing really happened or not. But
Yeah. Yeah. Not sure if that actually, but that's what you unlocked during that session.
but one thing it's funny because if you ask me next 4 years, I'm pretty sure I don't remember again because this thing happened 2008. We are in 2026, and the story is the same thing. I don't forget nothing about that. Well, and after that, I asked Dr. Gilles, I want to know more about my missing time, and we do a section, of regression section, and they come. This will real surprise me because what I saw is I was walking on the road, and I was a kid at that time, and there must be like what I believe that thing that must be happened when I saw the white light, the you know all because all one that missing time of 1986, but I don't think so. I think it'll be the first. I just walk and they come a light and just take me, and even the in the process when I see me again, there was on the table, and they have two tall ones, gray ones, next to me, and they have two small ones next to my head. And I remember sometimes the small one, they go with his face too close to my face and go back again. When I wake up, I asked Dr. Gilda why that gray one do that. And she said, this is for make you come down, for you don't be stressed. This is why they do that. They be the face too close to your face. You relax. When I was laid down on the table, I saw another figure with a rope, a dark rope, but it was a different from another one. It's the insectoid type. And what I feel in that moment is the insectoid type. They there was the big head with all that beans. It's in the room because looks how they respect when they come inside to the room, and he just look at me, just turn, he just turned, and he just left. And the next time where I remember, I was in the room with the lights, the walls. It's a purple and blue, and that's it. When I remember again, I was on the road again, you know. And but there was a real special for me because always in my life I think there was the reptilians or something, but no, there was an insectoid type, and and they have later one day I was with my ex-girlfriend, and she brings some food for we have a lunchtime, and this is real. She's that kind of woman. It's possibly you have another civilization, you have another people, another Ibs in the universe, but I don't care. I have my problems or not. It's not that kind.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
girl cares about that kind of subject. And we was in the kitchen, and she bring the food, and I was pick up the plate. And when I look at her, she was just stand over there, look at me with her open, with eyes real open, look at me. And I asked, what's happened? And she stand. And after a couple seconds, she says, oh, this is nothing. Let's go eat. I said, okay. After we got to eat, she said, okay, I want to show you something in the cell phone. We go sit down on the sofa, and we go in the Google and say different types of aliens, and we start to see the figure for she told me what she saw, and because before she before that she's telling me, you remember when I look at you, real strange, because when I look at you, I don't see you. I saw you like a bug in the front of you. And it is a kind of a human being even doesn't believe. Well, he doesn't care about UFOs. It's not believe, but he doesn't care. And this is why we now sit on the sofa and then look, see what different types of the EBs they can be relate with what she saw in the kitchen. And when they come the insectoids type, she said, "Is that kind insectoid type?" Oh, well, and there was funny because it's a witness. He doesn't care about this area, and she said that. Well, after a couple of months, we are in the bed, and she started looking at me again with that big eyes, and I said, "What's happened?" I don't know. I'm not feeling well. I'm just go dress, and I go to the kitchen, and she walked to the kitchen, and I walked with her, and she said, "You remember that time when in the kitchen, and I look at you and I don't see you, I see a bug, you know? We figure out the insectoid." I said, "You know what's happened? I saw again in the bed, but this time I saw that big eyes go. Is she said the eyes they go so deep in my brain. She said I have so much pain, like she made that example, like the knife go in my brain. How pain I feel that looking that being. Plus, I got some information like you must leave this guy alone. You can't stay with this guy, you
Mm,
know. And but this is not why we break up. We break up because she had bad cancer and she had health problems. This is why,
mm,
this is the three times they have insectoids types in my life. The,
yeah. Now, how many different types of aliens do you believe there is out there?
oh,
Or be
a lot. Because just myself, I saw gray, the tall ones, the small ones, insectoids, and the shadows. And the one thing it's in my life I figured out already, if the people, some person come too close to me, they start see things too, because my ex-girlfriend starts see the shadows, even what was not with me, and starts see shadows around her a lot.
yeah,
After we break up and I come in, we call. I talked with her this afternoon, and and one day I asked her, and she said, after we break up, I never see anything more at all. You know,
yeah,
and that's just, and that was not the first. There was even friend of mine. They start see things, and of course,
yeah,
friends, but I don't want to be around, with that kind of things, But I believe
yeah.
there are a lot of different Eves here in our planet. Just look at us, studying us, you know. And I believe, I don't say every year, but they come another one. They never be here for studying us. I believe in that too.
So, how do you handle skeptics like historians or scientists who dismiss the ancient alien theory outright?
You know, it's easy. You just missing all the just missing all that stuff. It's more because you can have proof in your hands. Say, look, it's this. If you have, especially now with AI, it will be real art again. I remember that I saw a podcast about with James Fox. James Fox, and he said one thing really interesting. He said before we have the government say no, we have another government say no. Now we have another problem. Now we have a picture, we have a cell phone, but now we have AI. They could be dismissing everything too, for more. But when I talk with anybody, even when I go talk shows, and I know most of the people doesn't believe what I say. I don't care because I just tell the story what I think the thing happened. And
Yeah,
I don't want you believe me. I want to tell the story. You know, if you believe or not, well, I can't do anything, for that, because we have a lot we have religions, different religions. We have a lot of things that, in the mind. And I'm not just believing in the aliens. I believe in the spirit, our power we have, and
yeah.
with that, and I have experience, and I tell you, it's one of the most peaceful experience I have in all my life when there was aliens with spirit thing. I have that in the Cromlech locations. One night, I was there and I saw a shadows in my right side. And in my left side, I saw somebody I know was dead a long time ago. But that moment doesn't scare at all. And both myths, they make you feel, I don't know, I, I don't know if heaven exists or not, but I believe in there must be close the heaven, real peaceful that moment. But after all that, they come the dark side, because when everything come dark, because I have that yellow light around that chrome light come dark, you start feeling like scared. We must. It's the same. We must leave from this place right away. You can't be stay here. I'm just pick up the car and I just leave it. And I
Yeah.
could tell if I not live what happened, I don't know, because all the time I'm living, but it's it's the opposite. It's like the hell and the heaven, everything happened in that special. That is a real special place. I have I have a dome. It's the stones, and they have one stone in the top. It's like you see a lot in England, but we have a lot.
Yeah.
We have
Yeah.
a lot, real a lot. And they have a special that special place. I go over there and see town over there and wait for I don't know what. I must just go be there. And one day I was go just by myself. The first book in Portuguese is the same in English. They come October 2nd, 2010. This come in the 2025 in the English. Uh, and 11 October, 9 days after, I'm just go to that place. I was I was go up to the dome and I'm sit down in the top of that monolith, and I just sit down and with the book, I just I just take the book and I just talking and say, look, all these years, and I believe the book from 1978 until the book from 2010. You can imagine a long time I have that book. Well, not the book, the pages.
Yeah.
And in that moment, they come in my mind. This is, I think, this is one of the most important things that happened in my life in that area. And they come in my mind. It's three things. That three things, two happened, and one not happened yet. And I asked, what do you want to do with this book? Well, I talking, of course. What I want to do with this book, because in that moment I feel we have something over there. I was not just alone. I have something over there. And I start talking. What do you want to do? This look like science fiction, but there was happened. And they come in my mind. It's not voice. It's something like telepathy or some. And they said three things. First, he said some name, and I think, what the that's the name that means nothing. This guy, I know the guy, he even doesn't believe in UFO. He had his life, he doesn't care. You know what's happened after 7 years? This guy got divorced, I got divorced, and this my ex-girlfriend, there was his wife in that time. You know, and I believe this is not a coincidence to come this name with no reason. For after 7 years, this thing happened. Second
Yeah.
one, he said, or forever what was, said, when I asked what they'll do with the book now, all these years, and and the voice, whatever it is, said, this book, they will be touched the four corners of the wall. Like a human being, really thinking, thought they're gonna be a bestseller or something like that. But there was not that. And when I come to United States, this is the moment I understand it's really, what happens right now. There was the touch in the four corners of the wall because by the podcast, by the internet, but there are all kinds technology stuff. You can see the book in every place. And this happened after from 2025. It's 15 years after when now the third one. They said I go met some famous people. It was a singer. This doesn't happen yet. And they told me the name of the singer. And I said, well, this is totally impossible. This is a real famous world. It's totally impossible. And that voice, they come out one day, met him, person. Doesn't happen yet. Real doesn't happen yet. And I believe they're gonna be happen because there was three things and just missing one doesn't happen yet. And if I believe a lot, if they told me, I believe one day I go met this guy. Maybe just say I or you and that's it. But
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
I will be met this guy. You know. You
Yeah.
know. You know. It's
Do you think that like some of the cryptids like Bigfoot or some of those cryptids, do you think that they might be alien races?
the Bigfoot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bigfoot or some of the other cryptids that are
Uh,
reported.
and I believe this Bigfoot, it's from another dimension, because
Yeah,
it's impossible that if the people saw or pictures or forever, but it's impossible. They never can catch one. If you go talk about ape, you already catch you on them, and I believe, yes, I believe it. And they just travel about portal dimensions, portal, something like that.
yeah,
Not, it's not really spaceship or something like that. It's just portal. And we have that proof in the Skinwalker. I was in the Skinwalker too. Well, outside the Skinwalker, and I was in Area 51 outside, of course, outside. Uh,
yeah. They
uh,
won't let you in there.
no, but there was happened one thing with my son, real strange, when I was next to Area 51, and yeah, the Bigfoot. That's what I believe it. There was a alien, and there must be real. In most of the time, if the people are afraid and they confuse on what the rules, what that Bigfoot did and maybe not did, and just for us, when we have scared or something real ugly, and that we try to be defend, it's normal for the human beings do that, but I believe that's alien, maybe, and he just travel by dimension portals. This way you do it. I must be wrong, but that's what I think.
Yeah. And I've talked with other people about Bigfoot, and and a lot of people are believe that they're interdimensional. They travel by portals. So
Yeah,
I know we're coming to about the hour mark here. I know you did say that your book is on your Instagram.
yeah,
They can download the ebook.
yeah.
Where else are we able to find you? Do you have a website, or are you on any other social medias, or just Instagram?
Just Instagram,
Just
like
Instagram? Okay.
that.
I'll make sure to put that in the link below. Anything else before I kind of wrap it up tonight? Did
Well,
you have
one
any?
thing I want to tell you, I think it's real important, is this doesn't happen just with me. They go be running my family, from my grandmother, my mother, my aunt, my uncle, now my daughter. It's be run in. I don't know about my grandmother because we don't talk. I even never met her. And this thing happened. People so light because I want to tell you, just one night I was at home and I saw there was it's dark and I was go sleeping, and I under the window they come a bull. I'm sorry, red small light. They have about 2 centimeters, no more than that, and they go through the wall and they stop. After that, I wake up. No, I was not sleeping, and I just sit down at the bed, look at that light. After seconds, there come another one and stop parallel the first one. After another couple seconds, there come another one. There was three lights, and after that, they start move from right side from the bed. They go around the bed and they stop in my left side. What they did up, down, and they stop. I think they was in the same level. They start, and they go around again, and they stop in the front, the wall, where they come from. And that one, they just all three together, just go through the wall and just leave it. I just stand up, turn the light, everything normal. I just write down everything and go sleep. Well, you know why I say that? My aunt, my uncle, my mother, they saw that lights too when they are young. The lights come from the walls, come from the ceiling. That time they live in the ranch and they have no light. Just, like normal light, they have no light over and that ranch. And we talk about 19, I don't know, 1939, 1938, something like that. And this is why I told, because I just say it's, and we have been run all these close encounters in my family.
Yeah,
My mother have that paralyzed things too, you know. And well, they talk a different way. They talk about ghosts or something like that, not UFOs. It's a different age. But
yeah.
they described the same. It's funny because one day my uncle said there was so many, they make so many different maneuvers. And he said, I can't believe they don't crush each other, all the maneuver there, because he said it's not more than 10, more than 20 all together. I just saw three, but it's funny because he turned to my aunt and said, you remember, for my aunt, you remember that? Yes, of course, I remember. We was there in that room. And there was not just illusion, the one people, there are more persons saw in that room. And there was not just one time, there was a couple of times.
I thank you for sharing. It's been a generally fascinating conversation, hearing your stories. You know, I'm very appreciative that you reached out to me and I wanted
And
to come on. If you want to dig deeper into Antonio's book, you can go on his Instagram and get the e-copy for free. I'll have the link in the description below. And if this episode made you think, do me a favor and hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring the bell so you never miss an episode. I'll see you Wednesday. And remember, history never truly dies. It just not finds new ways to haunt us. Till Wednesday.